Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner, and this is my review for Basketball Wives, honey, season 10, Lord Jesus. Okay, and also Couples Retreat is a new season 2. So let's just get into it. Now, usually I would have already reviewed this yesterday, but I was a little bit behind. So next week I will probably be doing lives right when the episode goes off. I'm gonna try to get on track, honey. It's so many shows around here that I have to play catch up, okay? But I hope everybody had a whole great Tuesday. Y'all know it's Taco Tuesday, Tequila Tuesday, it could even be Eat Tuesday or whatever. But we're gonna let that be, okay? Y'all know first things first, make sure that you are subscribed to my channel to become a JayBird, and okay? Do not forget to also like the video. You should always like the video when you watch it because you like us and stuff. So yeah, like the video, comment in the comments section. Y'all know this is a conversation between me and y'all. So a conversation and talking in the chat is always greatly appreciated. Okay, and also share the video. Oh, okay. You can follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner everywhere. That's what it is. And yes, I am here. Okay, I am here and stuff. Now y'all know I'm be popping off camera and popping back on because that is what I do because that's what it is. Okay, and let me get my thing already in here. So 10 seasons in, 10 whole seasons in, and here we are in 2022 reviewing this stuff. Okay. Hello to all the ones who are in here as a live watcher right now. Hello to everyone who'll be watching the replay later on. Yes. Hello to everyone. YouTube act like it got some sense today. I'm happy. I'm happy it's sending stuff because y'all know YouTube, it take like 10 minutes sometime for them to send a notification or whatever. So we kind of like do stop time. I'm like, what is with this? But yeah, hello. Okay. Don't watch these shows, but we'll listen to the review. Well, you know what? That's amazing because sometimes you don't have to always listen or watch the show because we are here. You know what I'm saying? Because we sit through it and watch it for y'all. That's what we do. So you don't have to watch them. Just watch us. Just watch me. Okay? That's the thing to do. Okay? But hey. I'm gonna start, okay, with couples retreats. Okay, then we get into Basketball Wives season 10. Okay, so this season for a couples retreat, we have, some new couples and one returning couples. Some folks we know, some folks we do not know at all, and then some folks who around here for no reason. Okay, and I'm like, it's a lot of no reason stuff. It's a lot of no reason stuff, but I'm gonna leave that be. So y'all know VH1, in my opinion, okay, VH1 is fully aware that how Love and Hip Hop used to hit back, 10 years ago, and every Monday we would love to watch Love and Hip Hop. Love and Hip Hop just don't hit that way no more. So I feel like VH1, you know what? Let's get us a new show that has, like, black celebrities, okay, of the black persuasion that people want to watch their relationship and things, pan out. It's just like Marriage Boot Camp. Okay, Couples Retreat VH1 is just Love and Hip Hop meets marriage boot camp, and that's it. And I guess I'm here for it. I mean, we're gonna watch regardless or whatever. So the people this season, let's get to recap. Okay, now everyone is connected through Michael and Rada. Now y'all know Michael Blackson, who's a comedian, mother sucker. Okay, him and Rada, who we met last season on the show, they're hosting this season, meaning the people coming on are connected to them. Now, I don't think Michael really know all these folks. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But they're the ones hosting this, meaning we pick the location. People come around here. We get some counseling or whatever, have some fun, and let that be that. I said, well, I guess so. I'm gonna leave that be because I'm like Michael and Ryder, they barely a couple. They barely together. How they gonna do anything? But they did anyway. So we know that, now Michael, before last season, okay, their situation was he was so used to banking side chicks, but not they're not even side chicks, because she knew a side chick to me is someone who the girlfriend ain't really aware of, ain't no agreement or whatever. So they had an open relationship, and he could bang other people, and she was tired of him banging other people. And so now he said, because they engaged now, child, he can only have sex with side chicks once a month. So one time a month, he can go on out there and bang whoever, and she won't get mad. I'm like, really? At what point do you want your husband to stop banging other people? I mean, I would think it'd be when he proposed to me, but everybody different, okay? So that's their issue. She still feels some kind of way, but she's also allowing him to still have sex with at least one other person or one occasion. Because on one, if he has a day free to do whatever, he could bang four, five side chicks if that's his one chance. I don't know. Yeah, she was pregnant last season. I'm like, the fact that no one has addressed the baby is confusing to me. And not that anyone owes us an explanation, because it's like either one or two things happen. Well, one or three things. Either she, had an abortion, had a miscarriage, or was never really pregnant. It could have been, saying, I don't know. But I don't understand why no one, or they have not addressed that elephant in the, like, y'all wasn't she let pregnant, and you ain't said nothing about it. I mean, we know Britney Spears just said now she was pregnant, and she unfortunately lost the baby, and she, unfortunately lost child. So I do feel like when you make a public announcement about a baby, there should be some kind of follow up if we never see said baby, because it make me. I'm like, was it a lie for the show? Because I don't know, but I'm gonna leave that be as well, okay? But again, Michael and Ryder here to work on their problems of him still want to bang other chicks and her allow it to happen. I'm like, girl, that's your fault. Then we also have Styles P, okay, from the Locks, and his wife Ajua. Now they were on Marriage Boot Camp, I think 2 seasons ago. I like them as a couple. I do. They have been married for 26 years. They met at Bad Boy Studio. I'm like, Bad Boy Studio? I'm like, that was a long, long time ago. I'm like, Bad Boy, we ain't going nowhere. I just ain't going nowhere. Anyway, yeah, married for 26 years. And I like that they're on this show, mainly because I see how they are a real solid couple. And see what that means is, it don't mean they perfect or whatever. It means they're an actual couple. They're really married. They've had this life or whatever. I don't feel like they're here just for TV. How some folk make me feel, and I don't. And because when they were on Marriage Boot Camp, they were so real and like they were really into the process. I don't know. Okay, they're really trying to work on their marriage. Now they also want to be on TV. They do, but I appreciate that they have actual issues that they want to discuss, and they're actually trying to make their marriage stronger. I like that. Okay, let's see. That is the dumbest parameters to me, only because she's mad about it. If she's cool with it, then okay. But girl, stop complaining. Leave or get you a sad piece. I feel like she may have her own sad piece and she don't want to talk about it. That's what it could be. That's what it could be, okay. But I was like, girl, get out of my face. So again, they on this season, and it's fine by me because I seen them on Breaking Camp and it was good. So the next couple we have is, I'm like, is y'all really a couple? Just Hilarious, who was she was on IG. Was it on IG? Was it IG or Snapchat? She was a comedian, okay, and she's kind of funny, kind of not. It just depends on what that is, and they go together. Okay, Just Hilarious and Daniel, they go together. Okay, they've been going together for 8 months. I was like, 8 months? I've had shoes on together. Anyway, she said even though they have not been together long, she still feel like they have to work on things, and that's why they're there. I think y'all have a TV. I do. And their vibe doesn't even seem like they go together. Like, it's like they hanging out. Like, he could be a father figure. I don't know. Anyway, she brings up their issue is that she is very, very affectionate. touch kid, whatever. And he isn't, okay? She also brings up how, he's always having excuses as to why he can't be in her world. But she's always in his. I'm like, what does he do? What is his world? Because she's a comedian. So she's like, he has not came to my shows or whatever. But I'm like, y'all been dating 8 months. At what point did you realize he wasn't supporting you? I'm confused, okay? And when she brings up how he has a 17-year-old son, and so it's like she's saying because he's a father of a 17-year-old, that he's too busy to do all these things and go all these places with her. I'm like, but she's a whole kid. Like she has her own child who's an actual child. At 17, your kid can be down an adult. Okay, not saying you leave them to their own devices, but again, I'm like, you can't make it seem as if your 17-year-old kid is a reason you can't at least go to your girlfriend's show. So I was like, yeah, here for a paycheck. Okay, still like TV. You know what I'm saying? Looks like fakeness. Something about it feels like I'm putting on for the cameras. Something about it feel like she know for a fact that man don't really want her. Some made me feel like, I don't believe it. Again, it's only been 8 months, and you're on the whole TV show about a couples. Y'all barely a couple, especially if you feel like he does not even support you in your career. I was just like, get out my damn face. They shouldn't have been on the show 8 months. I heard her talk about him on her podcast. Not sure if they're still together though. She was linked to Country Wayne for a while, but that was before this guy. And even that ended horribly, okay? Because he had all the kids. It was met and see, okay? But again, I'm like, girl, if you like it, I love it, but I really don't. But it's still a bit sketchy. This is a bit sketchy. But next up, we have Shamari and Ronnie DeVoe, who we know, Belle Biv DeVoe. We know she's from Black. Okay, they was on one season of Housewives of Atlanta. I don't know why they didn't get another season. This would have been the perfect time to bring her back on the show when y'all ain't had nobody else. But I'm gonna leave that be as well. But they have been together for 20 years. They had 20 years. They have been married for 15 of those years. I feel like we don't know their issues per se, but we probably know their issues or whatever. But they make good TV. I think they're both entertaining. I think they may be better as a couple because she was kind of boring on Housewives a little bit, and she was kind of quiet on Encore. So I'm happy to see them both together, doing things or whatever. And I was like, I don't know, because they didn't really speak much at first about whatever issues could be going on in their marriage. Again, they're here for the show to work on things. But together for 20 years. So to me, this is another couple I like. I don't think they're here for the fakeness or whatever. I just don't know what the issue is per se. Okay. And then we have Claudia Jordan. Okay. Claudia Jordan and her boyfriend, KJ. Now, they've been dating for 3 years. Okay. 3 whole years. Now, while, Just Hilarious and her boyfriend been dating for 8 months, that ain't nothing. Okay. They've been dating for 3 whole years. Now, I don't know if it's off and on or not. Okay. But at least it's, 3 whole years or whatever. Now, she brought up how they had been needed there for a while, but they had not got down to it. And that's, she's like, I feel like we're in a holding pattern. Okay. We're not engaged. We're not married. We don't have any kids or whatever. Like, none of that is even on the horizon. So it's like we're just kind of dating, just to be dating. I'm like, well, it's no intention here. Have y'all not had the conversation about what the intention was? I think maybe not. Okay. But I'm like, whatever. Now, when producers ask him in the confessional, because she wants to get married, you know what I'm saying? And they asked him, well, do you want to marry Claudia? He was like, do I want to marry Claudia? Do I want to marry? Do I want to marry? I said, nigga, you asking yourself? You don't know? I was like, you do know you're embarrassing her. That's you are embarrassing, lady. Don't do that. Don't do that. But I mean, I guess it is what it is. Some of these couples travel to show circuits. You know. I think sometimes folks with spotlight gets, some people with spotlight get regular people thinking they will keep them grounded and they don't have to deal with the BS with other celebrities in this little mess. A whole one. A whole one. I have heard with KJ. Now I can check him out. But he's a realtor. Okay, out here selling houses or whatever. Okay, and then the last couple we have this season, I was like, really, Honey Swaggy P, also known as Nick Young. Okay, now and his fiance Kiana, they have been engaged for 3 years now. They have 3 kids together. They have been high school sweethearts. However, that ain't I'm like, it's that sound cute. We're engaged now. We have 3 kids together. We're high school sweet girl and guy. It was a lot of shit in between that. They have been breaking up and making up for all these years. They have been dating on and off since 2002. Now we know for a fact that at one point he was fully engulfed in Iggy Azalea. Okay, and while being fully engulfed in Iggy Azalea, he was still banging Kiana. Got her pregnant. Had to break up with Iggy and got back with Kiana. Okay, they had 2 kids, and he was with Iggy, and they now have 3 kids. Okay, I was like, okay, and it's like she put her time in. She put her time in or whatever. She wants to get paid off for what she did. Okay, I put my time in. I birthed 3 babies. We're now engaged, and that's what it is. Now, when they bring up how, because she said that he don't like playing basketball. And because he don't like to play ball, he's at home more often or whatever. And that's putting a strain on the relationship because it's different now. The dynamic is different now. They're always home together, whatever. And because when he was playing ball, she was basically at his beck and call. Whatever he wanted, she was there. We know. Okay. But now she wants to do things different. Okay. She wants to do things that's for her. And he don't really understand how she's trying to like venture out and do things for her and really not be there as much for him. I'm like, look, if you've been cheating on me all this time, I need some me time. I don't have no idea what you want from me. What I want is some me time, okay? And he feel like, well, I played ball for so long or whatever. I built his life, and now I want to chill out. And I think he feel like he should chill out, and so should she. It's like, no, sir. Just because you sat down, don't mean she had to sit down, okay? That's not how any of this works, okay? Now, we then have all the couples meeting up at dinner because I feel like they're only going to be there for a week, okay? And they're going to work on things for a week with some counseling, some talking, some fun, some this and that, and some that and this. But I'm like, I guess so. So they all get dressed to go to dinner, to chit and chat. And while sitting around there talking or whatever, I was like, it's going to get messy for no reason. Because you can't be sitting around here talking to people and think it won't get messy. Now, just realize that Rada is not wearing her ring. Rada's engaged to Michael. And she says, well, why you not wearing your ring, Rada? What's up with your ring? Rada then tells us how before coming on the show, her and Michael got into a fight because Michael was out here. He banged a groupie, okay, in Tampa. Banged a groupie and then took the groupie out for like breakfast or whatever. And so she's pissed because you was out here banging that girl and took her out in public. So their the agreement is, whoever he banged, he cannot take them out in public. And so because he was like, I guess it's hanging out with the girl in public or whatever, buying the food or whatever, she bad. And Michael is like, well, I'm able to bang somebody each month. Okay, that's our agreement or whatever. I've never been faithful before either, so you can say it is what it is. And Rock like, yeah, but you're not supposed to cater to them. Like, you're not supposed to be out here hanging out with them. I'm like, so it's okay for him to put his penis in someone's vagina, but God forbid he goes out to where he can't go to breakfast. They're hungry. They didn't work. They work up an appetite. Okay, they need some substance in their system. I would not be like, yes, go bang other chicks, but you don't dare feed them. At this point, she fed him and he fed her. I'm sure. Okay, it was things in their mouths. Okay, it was like, girl, I guess so. So Ronnie and Shamari then break up after them. Like they had tried, the whole open marriage thing. They brought other folks in You know what I'm saying? But the fuck shit up because Shamari got attached to someone a little bit too close and they damn near ruined their marriage or whatever. They had to go to count. It was bad. They kind of gotten through that. They're in a better place now. But however, Ronnie brings up how it's still hard for him sometimes to go back to that place because of how hard it was then. Look, swinging and open marriages ain't for everybody. Okay, it just isn't. Both people have to be on the same page at all times, or else someone's feelings will get hurt because someone is going to get attached one way or the other. And Rada feel like, well, if I let him bang these girls but not hang out with them, he gonna get attached. But if I allow him to go out with them, they can probably replace me. And with Ronnie and Shamari, the thing was she got attached and liked whoever, and then shit went left. Okay, beginning to that. Now Jess asked her dude, like, would you want to have a threesome with me? You want to go get us a girl and have a threesome? This fool said, well, no, I'm good. I did that. It was the time of my life. It was the best I ever had. Okay, I had all the ladies of my penis. It was amazing. And they was like, well, damn. And it made her feel like he's saying the women he had in his past and these threesomes were better than what she is now. I'm like, but it could be true. What he said was fucked up. Don't get me wrong. What he said was completely banged out and fucked up. But if the sex he had then was amazing, I mean, you want to lie? You want to lie? First of all, the man not even how old is he? Because he looks like somebody's dad. Oh, he is somebody's daddy. I just feel like he's too old for her. I feel like he's stuck in his ways, and she just wants something to pass the time. And girl, that ain't it. That ain't it. If it don't get messy, they're not doing the job. Well, this is true. This is true. I believe it was a woman that she was attracted to, so Ronnie couldn't necessarily compete with that. I mean, when the person you with wants someone of the same sex as them, it is hard because if your wife wants somebody else's vagina, you don't have one. Okay, if you want someone else's breast, you don't have one. The same way if a man, happens to want a man, I don't have a penis. I can use a penis. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you would still need to be in love with your mate. And my thing was, I wondered with Shamari if she got connected to the girl and kind of lost connection with him. Now, could she really be a lesbian? Okay, but I don't know. Anyway, Kiana, Spaghetti Peas girl, asked Ryder if she was allowing Michael to have these side chicks based on when they got together. That's what he was doing. So she was trying to get in where she fit in, because Kiana said that's how she felt she did like that with Nick. I'm like, so he had, well, because he was playing ball. That's because he was in high school. You expect the other bitches, girl, I'm leave that be. But anyway, Ryder brings up, I used to like it. I like the fun, but I did not like it all the time. And he wants to do it all the time, okay? And so Michael then say, well, that's because Ryder loves being controlling. She can't stop you from fucking people. She can't control nothing. She don't have any control. Because if she had control, you would not be banging side chicks once a month. Because she don't want you doing that. Okay, so bullshit. So while Ryder and Michael having that discussion, just then say, well, first of all, they're not gonna get married. I was like, bitch, what? You just hated up, girl. I was like, that's not nice. And she said, well, no, because he won't stop doing side chicks and it ain't gonna match up or whatever. And Shamara also brings up how it won't work because they're not equally yoked. What she wants, he don't want, and vice versa. They don't agree on how they want to live. Like, and I'm like, they don't. And it's sad. Now we do meet AJ Johnson who comes in, also John Sally. They're like the I guess the host of the host, the constant people. Okay. AJ was on last season. She's been going around helping folks here and there, whatever. And she said she brought AJ along, because not AJ, she brought John Sally along because he can be like a voice of reason, a male's voice for the guys. She's, what I'm saying? And I think that's smart. I think when you have couples, sometimes it makes sense to have a male and a female experts there to bounce off, what's going on in their heads. Because, sometimes how a man feels, me as a woman, I may not fully get it because I'm not a man. So I just hope John Sally isn't an idiot. Because I've never seen him give advice per se. So I don't know how qualified he is to be the sounding board for some of these men. So I'm like, honey, I don't know. We're gonna have to see. Is that called respectful cheating? I would say yeah. If me or mate agree that one or both of y'all can go out and do these things, that's the agreement. One is not cheating because no one is like cheating someone out of something. Like they're both fully aware. It is a respectful way to get puss of a penis from someone besides your person. But I mean, I wouldn't want to do that at all. Jess and her dude were cool. They started dating, so I wonder if the lines got blurred and they're continuing the relationship past the expiration dates, but don't know how to break up. Honey, I just stopped talking to him. I was to stop talking. Who? I don't know that man. I don't know that man. Um, Jess said, "Who was he?" Jess and Michael were funny this season, this episode, because they're both comedians. So with them cracking, it was funny. It was kind of funny. It was fine by me, but I don't mind AJ and John being the sounding board. But I got to see how John gonna do first because he can be dumb and I'd be pissed. Okay, now they sit down like watch the social media of the couples, and they go to their pages, just pull up like a picture or whatever, and then they'll say like if that was like a real moment versus like a stage or a fake one. Because we all know people post stuff on social media and it don't really be real. It be some real bullshit. And so no one wants that. And I was like, was they gonna be truthful? Like, how do we know if they're lying or not? They could be lying, and that is what it is. But I did feel like it was some real moments of them talking, so I guess it's okay. But I also felt like this is boring a little bit. I was a bit bored. I'm like, whatever. So the couples looking at this stuff, and for who was it? Well, for Michael and Rada, they posted a picture, and he then said, sometimes I feel guilty when I sleep with side chicks based on photos of us or whatever. I feel bad for Rada. I'm like, but you won't stop doing it. That's what's dumb. It's the fact that he knows she don't fully like it. Like she allows it because she don't want to lose that man. I don't know why. But you can't tell me that you feel guilty about banging other chicks, but you won't stop doing it. I would believe him if he stopped doing it. Still having to do it at least once a month means you don't feel guilty, bro. You just don't. Okay. Now we didn't see Ronnie in the picture, Ronnie and Shamari. It was a picture of them with the therapists or the counselors who helped them get to a better place, and then also a photo of them and their kids. And Ronnie brought up how well our kids are is kind of a wedge in between us. Okay. And we've been trying to get that spark back, I'm saying, but again, it's intimacy issues that we need to work on. So we're trying to get back to that intimate stuff when we were falling in love. Okay, I'm like, well, that makes sense. Okay, it makes sense. Oh, it's a little late. I'm doing this show first, and I'm going to be doing Basketball Wives in a couple of seconds. It was a little boring. I can agree. Did John Sally host a reunion somewhere? Yes, he hosted a couple of hip hop reunions, love hip hop reunions. So I'm sure that he is around for a reason. You know what I'm saying? But he hosts, I think it was a couple of them he did over the years, a couple on VH1 in general. Claudia Dude is younger than her, and I don't think that's what he wants to commit. I don't think so either. Michael and Daniel look like a dollar. Michael said he looked like a Dollar Tree version of face. I was cackling at him talking. I'm like, leave that man alone. What that man do to you? He ain't do nothing. That's not nice. But it was funny as fuck though. Funny. I'm not sure why South in Ottawa is on the show except to promote their business. They are good. I don't think they're. I don't think any couple is on here because they're in bad places. I think they're on here because sometimes as a couple, as married couple or not, you do need to still work on what's going on. And I rather have folks on here who I know have been married for a long time and they may just need a refresher. So, like, I don't know why Jess Hilarious is here or Michael and Rod. Well, Michael and Rod do need counseling. They do. So I think the only ones I feel like maybe should not be here really is just an old boy. But I mean, that's because I'm like, y'all been dating for 8 months. Styles P and Audra brought up how they worked together so much that they miss out on being intimate with each other. So they got to figure out how to get the intimacy back. And then for Carly and KJ, again, intimacy. I'm like, is all y'all having guy fucking? No intimacy? No hugging, no kissing, no nothing? I was like, they need to start just masturbating each other. Okay, you need to look, you gotta do something different. Okay, to get some spark back around there. Because if y'all you have to do some intimate things that may not even include sex. Okay, let me shut up. Justin Daniel talk about she said how he's not affectionate, that he does not reject her affection, but he doesn't offer. I'm like this. He may not like you. It's just we. It's a weird dynamic. Like even in the photos, there's a space in between them. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole space like right here that I'm like, is y'all really together? Anyway, Nick and Kiana's photo was like them on like Valentine's Day. Oh, with the flowers and the balloons and shit, and then him kissing her on the cheek. And then he said, "Well, the photo was kind of fake." I'm like, "You lying? Y'all here lying?" But he brought up how it was faking the effort of you feel like you have to post these kind of photos for folk to feel like that you're in a good place. Okay, not that I do not want to celebrate my girl. I want to celebrate her. However, I posted it, what I'm saying, for other folks to see whatever. Okay. And then when Kiana then said how she feel like sometimes something is missing from the relationship between them two. And that at times, even in that photo, she kind of felt sad because there's something, missing and they can't pinpoint it or whatever. And at times she felt like they're roommates and not like a couple. I'm like, damn, that's sad. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. But I was like, only two of the couples are married. That's telling me weird because it's Styles P and Ajua, and then Shamari and Ronnie. But what I like is that it's not marriage counseling. It's couples counseling. So and my thing is that because the couples need other couples and sometimes help from professionals to get to a better place. So whereas marriage boot camp, it don't be nobody on the thing that's married, and I think that show is so fake. That's why I can't really review it. No, like it has to be an amazing season for me to even really get invested in it. And I'm like, once I feel a little twinge of bullshit, I can't do it. Can't do it. That's why for here, I feel like, I'm saying, Nick P, Nick's, what's his name? Swaggy P and this girl have had years of up and downs. I'm saying, even with Claudia and old boy, they've been together for 3 years. I feel like everyone here except Justin old boy has put in some kind of work to be together, and they're trying to figure out how to keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Jaylee, look, look. I keep my personal and private life very personal, very private. Okay, I rarely ever discuss anything. I always said I would be more open once I'm married. Okay, you care about my husband, not when I'm dating. But I would say, just as a tip for folk, you have to think of different ways to spice up things that does not include actual intercourse. And sometimes a part of intimacy is touching, conversation. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep that the thing popping. I'm saying if you require sex as a way to feel connected to your person, when you then don't have sex, it feel like, oh, it's all dead. It's all, and you don't want to be dead. So if y'all are doing other things, you know what I'm saying, having other conversations, sending, photos, sending audio, you have to do things to make it spicy. Okay. That's what keeps folks happy. Anyway, not Daniel not having no shoulder. Y'all is messy. I would like to see a celebrity matchmaker for shows for Black celebs. That might help them find a better mate. I don't think most Black celebs would ever want to date publicly. Because there are dating shows, you know what I'm saying? But celebrities, like, they, you keep things private. It's just a little private, okay? But anyway. We then see like two little fussing matches or whatever. We see Rada and Michael fussing because she's still mad that, you know what I'm saying, he taking outside to see fucking, okay? But Michael and Jess have a show, a comedy show to go do, so they're leaving. But Michael like, look, either trust me or don't trust me. If you don't trust me, then leave me alone. And I'm like, she don't trust you. She don't trust you because you keep banging folk that you're not supposed to, be banging. And that's the thing that's kind of crazy, that she know exactly who he is, and she accepted him for who he was, and now she wants him to change because she wants different, and she has every right to want something better for herself. However, when you see that he won't give it to you, you're supposed to leave, because if you consistently fuss about it and fight about it, then it ain't gonna get no better. It just isn't. And until Rada get that, he only gonna change so much from who he is, because at the end of the day, Michael's main person he wants to make happy is himself. It doesn't mean that he doesn't have some kind of respect or love or admiration or lust for Rada, but it means at the end of the day, he fully wants to do something that will make him more happy than her. And that's why him even saying, okay, I'll do one, hook up a month. But I don't want that at all. So you still not wanting to stop doing something that makes me uncomfortable and makes me unhappy means you really are okay with doing what you want to do. And that's on you. And that's his prerogative. And it's her prerogative to stay and leave. I've always said either stay with somebody and accept what you have accepted, or leave them, because at some point we know that we can't change folk, and then once you leave them, they don't change. They want to be with you, then you wasn't supposed to be with them anyway. That's just me. Right. The better the intimacy, companionship, and the relationships increases the intensity of sex. From look I can't, because I secret, and that's secret, but you have to build up anticipation. You have to build up just wanting someone to want you, and when they don't have you, they're thinking about you. And sometimes people don't know about that. If you accept him the way he is, it's hard to go back. Right. And my thing be, when as you're dating someone and you see what their quirks are, if you don't discuss it in the beginning, it ain't gonna, it's gonna keep being the same old shit. You know what I'm saying? And he's been a banging other chicks person their whole relationship. And not only that, when that man said, I have never been faithful, I'm like, never? You've never been faithful? That's his life. That's his honesty. And some people do not want to only be with one person. And I'm a firm believer in, if you are a person who know you can't be faithful, you should not try to commit, because you can't be faithful. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna happen. Okay. So, and that's not even a knock on her or knock on him. He know who he is. He know what he want. She knows what she don't want, but she's putting up with what she don't want for no real reason, because he ain't gonna change. I was like, girl, foolish shit. Foolish shit. So again, Michael told her, like, either, accept me or not. If you don't, then don't be with me. And then Jess, who was in her own pack with her dude or whatever, who she's upset because the family the whole recent comment, she felt like he was dissing her. And I'm like, well, if the sex with some people is good, that ain't gonna do with you. And he said, well, my point was, I've already gotten threesomes out of my system. I've already done that or whatever, so I don't need that. It wasn't about you, at all. It was about what I had already done. And when he brings up how Michael and Rhonda have a really good situation because they are both doing what makes them happy. They both, because she don't mind the things or whatever, and they good. He said, because some folks want to get married or whatever, some folks don't and whatnot. So you should only do what makes you happy. This fool said, I don't want to get married just to make the other person happy. I said, now what kind of foolery and fuckery is this? Who said that? I said, you don't want to get married to make the person you're with happy? Wow. He then said, I'd rather be with someone because I can't be without them, not because it makes them happy. I was like, oh, so he say foolish shit all the time. Okay. Complete foolishness, bullshitness. I was like, they're gonna be the couple we don't like. Because he gonna say, oh, what a dumb shit or whatever, and we're gonna either have to like let it be or looking like she dumb or I don't know what. But I was like, can't no man ever tell me that you don't want to do anything that makes me happy. It has to only be because you want it. If you don't want to make me happy, look, girl, get out my fucking face. Anyway, that was our episode. We're gonna move on to Basketball Wives, but first, make sure to do what? Like the video. Because liking is the thing to do. Okay, on to Basketball Wives, or as I like to say, two wives, two ex-wives, and some ex-girlfriends of basketball players. Because they look, these heifers ain't wives, not at the all. And it's, it should be called basketball people who may have dated someone before. Okay, because it's not that many wives. Okay, most girls who come on this damn show ain't never been married at all, okay? And I just don't like the name. I get the point of what it was supposed to be, but all these years later, the name should be different. Now, this is season 10, okay? Now, I know. Last season, I said, I ain't reviewing this shit no more. I'm over this shit. I'm mad. Grr, okay? What I like so far, okay, when it came back, was that one, Evelyn is gone. That was my main aggravating issue. Also, I like the fact that Shani ain't really on here like that. Okay, not that much. And they brought back girls who weren't, to my knowledge, in my mind frame, they weren't very problematic. You know what I'm saying? Or they was only on for like 1 or 2 seasons. Right. It's like this. Oh, thank you for liking the literature landmarks. Detail all that. So, yeah. What's different this time, at least the same people are not here. We're not being triggered as much. And that's why I said I'm going to at least give it a watch for the first few episodes to see who gonna pick me up, who won't, and who can I ignore and not deal with. And I'm like, okay, they know. I fully believe the show knew they could not continue the way they was going. I think they fully knew the complete backlash from the last little crappy ass season, even the season before that, they fully knew we can't do shit the same way. So I feel like Evelyn leaving, Sean not being really involved that much or whatever, was a conscious decision for them to move in a different direction. Even though I'm upset that OG isn't here, I do think had OG still been on the show, the narrative would have still been about the colorism that we felt was going on the show, and they wanted to be able to move past that story and into the show. It's supposed to be, more fun, friendly, and shit like that. So I get why they did not bring OG back. I am happy they did not bring back Evelyn. I'm happy she gone some damn where, and I'm happy no one has even mentioned her ass on the show. We don't miss her. Okay, get out my fucking face. So I was like, let's do this. So again, season 10, I want to first get into the looks of the confessional. As you know, it's all about the looks. I felt like, why so many looks? Okay, so let's get to Shawnee. So Shawnee's look, Angel Brinks, and Jen. Shawnee dress. I mean, I think in theory it's cute. I think if she was at an art gallery, some kind of art gallery gala, it'd be cute. I don't fully like it as a confessional look. I really want her to be going somewhere in this, because I think it will photograph well, at a fancy party. Okay, hair is fine, makeup is fine, or whatever. And not that I don't like the dress, I just think it'd be better for something else. Angel Brinks, who's a fashion designer, she makes all the clothes for a lot of artists for their stage attire. So the fact that she got all this fucking rope, she made a corset out of rope and then used the same rope to tie up her pants. I was like, of all the shit you could do, this what you did? I was like, what? For what? Poor K. It looks horrible. That would not look cute in any way, shape, or form. Okay, and it's not just a fucked up corset. It's the damn drawstring on the jeans. I don't get it. Don't get it. I was like, no, ma'am, no, thank you. Okay, Jen looks simple because Jen is simple. Okay, cute little off the shoulder dress. Okay, simple. Jen is gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? She's a pretty lady. But Jen is also kind of basic. Okay, kind of basic. I still really surprised they brought the sisters. Look, I would not be addressed. Look, you would not hear me discuss them sisters at all. The sisters would have to have something happen with them for me to discuss them. I seen them the whole episode. I have not nan note to even mention them. Okay, I can't stand their asses. Okay, I love Taylor. Thank you very much. I would love to see them bring a few ladies back from. I think they're probably trying to work on that, bringing other folks back who was around, earlier. But I like that this season we're getting now seems fresh and new. You know what I'm saying? Wood in the yarn ball. Shawnee was probably going somewhere, either her pet, right? And this is the thing. Okay, we've seen Shawnee, I think, twice this episode. She was less aggravating, probably because her fiance is a pastor, and she don't have to be out here being a bitch with Evelyn. She don't have anyone to be a bitch with. And she's already got rid of her filth for previous bullshitty reasons. So I think Shawnee, at least in this season, as far as what we've seen so far, she's treading very, very lightly. Because I think that she don't want to get into trouble with the church folk either. Because you are now a pastor's fiance. I think at this point, when it was recording, they were just dating. But I fully feel like she did not want to get caught out for doing anything messy. So that's why I said she won't be on here much at all. She only get ready for fifth. She only get ready for fifth. Let's move on to the next little couple looks that I have, because everyone did not get confessions, but some people did. Okay, Duffy. Duffy had 3 whole looks. I'm like, how did Duffy get 3 of her confessional looks in one episode where nothing was really about her? Okay, now first outfit, which we have in the mint green, I love it. I love it. I would love to see what she would wear with this outfit. Her hair looks pretty. Her makeup is pretty. I think the first look in the mint green is amazingly cute. It photographs well. It's well on camera for a sitting look. It's cute. It fits her body. Okay, it's cute, cute, cute. Love it. I absolutely love it. Now, I don't know why she left and then came back as a stripper. And ain't nothing wrong with I love them strippers. You know what I'm saying? I love strippers. Okay. But I don't know why Duffy dressed like one. I'm confused. Okay. The shoulder pads, it's just like it's not in day. Okay. The mint green outfit, which is still cute, fun, and flirty. Okay. You could wear it to a strip club. Okay. And the second look is fully, P Valley, down in the valley where the girls get naked. If you don't, you know what I'm saying, I'm like, is you dancing for Uncle Clifford? What's going on? Okay. And not that it's an ugly look. I just don't get why she's dressed like a stripper. Okay. I don't, or a wrestler. I just don't know. And then the third look, the fuchsia pink dress, I don't mind it, but it also looked like it's from the 80s. Okay. It's still cute, but it's for sure a Romeo and Michelle high school reunion type of dress. Okay. Studio 54. No, I'm sorry, Studio 64. Okay. It's like, what is going on? Now, her hair is cute. Her hair and makeup in each look, I think is fine. The jewelry she's wearing, I think is fine as well. However, I still feel like, honey, I just don't understand what's going on in your middle look as a stripper. Who said to wear that? Who told you, yes, that's the look. There's nothing wrong with that look for the... I'm like, there's something wrong with that look. It's like, no, what are we doing? Please don't do it. I gotta plug my low battery for my... Oh, girl, I'm so dumb. It said keyboard, not mouse pad. I'll be looking, y'all. I gotta plug up my stuff so the battery don't die for my computer. Anyway, so yeah. So her 3 looks, mint green is the best. Okay. Don't mind the fuchsia, but that damn teal in the middle, I don't know why. Okay, I don't know why. Let me scroll back up to see some stuff. Let's see. Oh, Jen is still there. Jen gives holier than doll vibes. Jen give, I need to check back. Jen looks pretty, but she needs to stop with the contacts. Battle eyes. Look, this is true. Okay, I absolutely agree. It's more tolerable, at least for this episode, without Evelyn. I love it. Okay, love it. That's the first lady now. She has to be on a straight and narrow. She does. She absolutely does. And there's a difference in Shawnee based on her being with that pastor. Okay. What? I didn't say it. I didn't stop. Move on from that. I really love the green on Duffy. I hope she tread Evelyn down to the prayer line to get delivered from that mean spirit and dwell. Honey, Evelyn needs a lot of things. A whole lot. Okay. The middle looks like 1988. It's something, and I don't know why. For some reason, all the outfits look like prototypes to me. Possibly. But I still love that mint green look. It's just so cute. Okay. The next couple looks of, I put the wrong damn button. Lord Jesus. This is the bad part about having... Who's next? Boom, Jackie. Let's get on Jackie. Jackie had 4 looks this episode in her confessional. And I was like, girl, wacky ass Jackie. The first all black look, okay, it's all black, but I didn't get their hair. I'm like, it's like color me rainbow. That part was like, why? I did not understand the hair. The second look, I'm like, why are you in these leggings? Like, I'm like, did they have like a relax day? It was weird. I'm like, it was really a suit jacket and some leggings, but I feel like it wasn't a real outfit. I feel like it was supposed to be okay. Come down here real quick, time for work. And I said, Jackie, sit down. It was weird. I do not get that second look at all. I just don't. Okay. Now the third look, I'm like, why is your titties out? Why are you outside in your bra? Okay, you can't fit that jacket. I feel like, and I know some jackets are made to not be closed, but a piece of me feel like all the pieces of me feel like that third look in that pink jacket was not planned. Okay, I don't know what happened. Okay, and the wig she had on wasn't bad, but it was a little messy. But I think that may have been the look. But I'm like, was you done fucking? I think it's like, was y'all fucking? Yeah, they made me fucking. And the third look is like, it's a church. It's like, you want to church? Was you want to go to church? It's a Sunday. It's not bad either, but I'm like, I just don't understand. I don't get it. I don't. I like the last look isn't bad. It looked like she went to church. Okay. Jackie looks younger than she did when I watched the show years ago. Jackie does not. It's not aging. She looks to be the same age, and that's great. Now sometimes she look a bit more tired than usual, okay, but Jackie still looks good, okay. Why did Jackie have the same makeup look in the last three photos? We don't like her. That's her face, honey. That's what it is. She always looks uncomfortable in her clothes. I think I don't know if they don't know how to dress her boobs. I'm like, did Jackie get a titty son? Did Jackie get a titty son? I gotta Google how she looked back in there because she may have got a titty son. I don't know. She's the only woman I know who uses synthetic wig pieces to pump it up. Okay, she do. It be very different. That's you, Jackie. But these four looks, I just the first look and the last look is like they okay. It's okay. But I'm like, girl, get out my damn face, Jackie. Next up we have Malaysia. Is it Malaysia? Yes. So Malaysia had three looks. Um, Malaysia's weaves and wigs here look great. Okay. In real life, sometimes Malaysia weaves and wigs be looking like shit. At least in the scenes. In the scenes, sometimes I be confused about why, you know, does her hair look that bad in wigs on TV. The first look is Golden Goddess. Okay. I think standing up it'll be prettier. That's a lot of titty. Okay. The hair looks fine. Makeup looks fine. The second look, it's like a little beach vibe with the dress. Hair looks fine. Looks fine. I do not like the third outfit as much. A part of me just felt like it don't fit her right. Um, and it seemed like a bathing suit. I'm like, would you go to the beach? I'm confused and I don't like it. Okay, so the first two looks I like, the third one not so much at the all. Um, yeah, Malaysia has been on since the first season of whatever city she was in. I don't think she was on the first full season. I think she may have been on the first spin-off season. I think they may have been LA. I can't remember. But yeah, Jackie and Malaysia have probably been on the longest since their first season, if I'm not mistaken. I think so. Okay, so it was LA, right? Yes, I'm like I felt like she's been on since her first show. She never like kind of went away, and even when they made the show where it wasn't different cities, she came on and been on ever since. Okay, Malaysia looks great in the picture. This is the thing. I think facially wise, body wise, nail wise, even hair wise, she looks great. but I do not like the third outfit. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like her face looks less surgical, because sometimes in scenes when she be in scenes, her face just looks surgical, and I'd be confused. Okay. But I'm like, girl, I don't know. Malaysia's first look would have looked good even more if she had a few honey brown highlights in her hair and the boobs being covered up just a little. It's a lot of titty. It is. So I agree. Um, and I'm Larry. And then I think it's the last one. Maybe the last one. This is, I believe, Brandy and Brooke. Um, Brandy had two looks. I loved the green tiger. Is it a tiger lion? This is a tiger. I don't know. Anyway, I love her dress. the leopard print. So it's a I don't know. The print of the dress, the greenness of the dress. I like her haircut. Her face looks a bit surgical, but I remember she was sick, so it could be that she's sick. Cheetah, thank you. Honey Cobra brain is so real, because I was like, I could not think what it was at all. So thank you so much. The cheetah. Okay. But I love that. Oh, it's a leopard. Is y'all confusing me, honey? It's a leopard. Is it a leopard? It's an animal. It's the animal. Mm-hmm. But I love that look on her. The all black look was very, very simple. So it's like you can't really mess up. All black. You can barely mess up an all black look. So it's fine, fine, fine. Brooke outfit to me looked like I want to be on the church board, but I also want to get the pastor's eyes. So I'm gonna wear a tight little dress, but be all covered up. Is what it gave me. Okay. Right. It's a cat. Um, it's all I know. So I don't mind these three looks. I really, really don't. But the green cat one, okay, is my fave. Brooke's look is still cute, but seeing how she dressed on other times, I'm like, girl, are you trying to get the pasta? It could be a pasta, but I don't know. But again, I believe those are all the looks that I had because there was so much going on. Um, I'm surprised they're giving so many looks so fast in the first episode. I'm like, it's only episode one. Jackie got y'all had 4 and 3 and 2. It was team too much. Okay, now we do see that everyone is meeting up because Jackie and Doug is having a wedding. Okay, it is their 26th wedding anniversary. So y'all know every year Jackie has a whole wedding for that whole man all the time. Okay, and the ladies are invited. Okay, I was like, this has to be a wedding for the show because nobody there to me felt like they like knew Jackie for real, for real. And the fact that you had the cast in the first like couple rows. I'm like, why is Angel and Duffy in the front row of Jackie and Doug's wedding? I'm like, they can't know Jackie that well or Doug that well. I was confused. Okay. We see the Duffy sitting next to her fiance. And to me, the folks in the back was extras. Extra. I don't think they know Jackie and Doug. I just don't. And even on the other side of the thing, I'm like, why their son ain't there? Okay, that's weird. Now the daughter was there. Now we all know that Jackie only have around that light skinned daughter. We all know that that brown skinned daughter don't be really welcome around here too much. Okay, but her daughter right there in the front of the white, and then Brooke, them sisters over there. Look, we would not be addressing them sisters. We will not be addressing them sisters. And then Malaysia and Jen in the back. Okay, in the back. We do see Jackie get a call from Shani. Shani can't make it to the wedding. I feel like that was a fake call, mainly because I feel like the producers know the show don't need Shawnee. Even though Shawnee said that the producers were the one who wanted her to come back a little bit. I don't fully believe that. I feel like they want her around in name alone, but we don't need her on the show at the all. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that, but you can't even convince me any different that we need Shawnee. No, we don't. Not at all. Leave it be. So they are coming in one by one. Okay. And I'm like, why y'all coming in the door to say exit? I mean, that be. But when Brandy arrives, okay, now Brandy and Malaysia, who used to be best of friends, the best friends, are no longer talking. Okay, and I thought I wasn't on camera. And when Brandy walked in, Malaysia 100% look bothered. Okay, completely bothered. Okay, like I don't want to see you. You irk my spirit. You irk my nerves. I can't stand you. Leave me be. Get out my face. Okay. And Brandy brings up how they have not spoken in 3 years. I'm like, damn, 3 years? Wow. Um, I think we remember Brandy and Malaysia were connected at the hip. Okay, they were very much so best friends. Um, and I'm confused as to why they had not talked in for years. Neither one of them said what happened, why they stopped talking. No one knows what happened. I'm confused my damn self. But again, Brandy seemed, friendly. Hey! And Malaysia was like, Malaysia was Malaysia. Malaysia's very, very rude, and she's very, very like if Malaysia don't rock with you, she's not cordial. Some adults are cordial, okay, and that ain't Malaysia. That's on that. That's that on that. But I was like, girl, bye. So when Jen asked Malaysia, like, why, like, that ain't your friend? Like, what happened? Yeah, I don't talk. I was like, no, we used to be close. We used to be close, okay, but we don't talk. There's no beef on my end. There's no beef on my end, but we just don't talk. But again, I'm like, why y'all not saying how that happened? I'm confused because it should not happen that way. So we do see Doug and Jackie gets married. Okay. For number 26, she wore a green dress because green is his favorite color. And I'm like, for them to have 26 weddings, and the fact that Doug keeps saying yes to Wacky Jackie, I was like, well, peace be on to that man, okay? But I also feel like anyone who's saying yes to Jackie is also waking themselves. I'm like, Jackie is also peace beyond to you. Because Doug has to be a certain kind of man to even put up with Jackie's antics, okay? So again, peace beyond to them both. But whatever. Now they do have a little reception, okay, for the thing and whatnot, and they mix and mingling or whatever. But Malaysia and Brandy still have not really spoke, and Brandy feel like Malaysia hasn't spoken to her. So shit, I'm gonna go talk to her. Okay, I'm gonna go over there and talk to her because for her to be like ignoring me, we're both here. That's just stupid or whatever. I'm gonna go over there and say hi. So she goes over to speak, and I was like, Malaysia still was just not being cordial. And look, you had the right to not want to speak to or have any kind of interaction with whoever. But a part of me feel like, is it just for the show? But neither one of them will say what happened. There's just a tension between them that we can see, okay, and it's awkward. And when they, hey, Malaysia, okay, it was like, wow, y'all being weird. What is going on here? And she said, well, I knew by the way you looked at me that at the wedding that you did not want to talk to me, so I didn't know if I should speak. She, oh, I don't know. And it's like while Brandy is kind of pushing the issue and making it the issue, Malaysia is acting as if nothing's up, and she don't. Why? I know. I don't know. And then Brand, like, did you know Wolf died? I'm like, what the fuck is Wolf? I'm like, who the fuck is Wolf? What is going on around here? Okay. So Malay, like, no, I didn't know. No one told me. And when Brandy bring up how we have mutual friends. So I'm sure someone had to have mentioned it to you. And I was like, but did they? Did they not? No. Anyway, but Malay just and I had no idea that with that. Well, Wolf was Brandy's father, who died a month ago at that point in time. And she like everyone knew, like everyone knew that he died, but Malaysia did not reach out, and she brought up her Malaysia been friends for like 15 years. Malaysia knew how close she was to her father, so I can't believe that my dad died and she did not reach out to me. And so now she feel like Malaysia's lying about knowing, and that's why she did not reach out. And I was like, girl, I don't know. I was like, I just feel like they're both avoiding the truth. neither one of them will really even acknowledge that there is a rift. So what caused it? Because something had to have caused this kind of tension. Because this is my thing. There are friends who I'm great friends with. We have not had any beef. And if we haven't talked in 3 years and I call them like, hey girl, it's been a while, bitch, what's up? Like there won't be any weird, awkward tension. You know what I'm saying? It may be some before you call me 3 years. Girl, I've been busy. I called you today. So, you know what I'm saying? That's it. So Brandy didn't invite ladies to the Wolf funeral. I'm assuming not. I don't think she did. Mm-mm. That wig was crazy. Yeah, I posted that wig on my IG, and I'm like, when I start wearing wigs, because I'm starting wearing wigs, my hair falling out. I was like, let me know if my roots look as fucked up as my legs. Like, I don't need anyone letting me walk around here looking crazy. Don't do that. Not to me, okay? Brandy was doing the most and working my nerves. But this is my thing. I feel like both Brandy and Malaysia was doing the most. Brandy was pushing the issue the most, which I didn't mind because I want to know what's going on. And I feel like Malaysia was ignoring the relationship doing the most. Like, we got an issue. So for you to act like I'm tripping when I'm saying it's weird between us, they both were doing the most in different ways. Okay. So that part I don't know. But also I feel like, because I know I just see someone bring up how people handle death differently. I feel like if someone's person dies, you don't really reach out to people specifically or whatever, but you assume people know, and then they'll come through. Okay. But I'm like, I don't know the people. I don't know people. So it's just weird. And Malaysia's like, I didn't know. No one told me. And the reason I felt like that was bullshit is this: you can't be friends with someone for 10, 15 years and y'all do not have mutual friends. So when Malaysia then said like, we don't have any, I'm like, y'all have friends. Like, y'all have to have friends in common because y'all kind of in the same circle. So what I felt was bullshit was Malaysia acting as if no one knew anything. No one told me. We don't have any friends in common. How would I know? I was like, bitch, you would know. Y'all have at least one friend in common. And I also feel like it's probably, news like that kind of spread between groups or whatever. So it was weird to me, about that. Oh, yeah, baby. But again, Brown, you knew. It's okay. That's fine. And she walks away. I was like, girl. She said Malaysia was being a bitch about it. Malaysia's aura is the bitch, okay? But, I mean, that's who she's always been. The weird thing is Brandy is not getting the same energy that Malaysia used to give other people. Malaysia ain't changed. Not one damn bit. Okay. And so because Malaysia didn't feel like, okay, this is some bullshit, she didn't want to leave the park. She gets up, she leaves too. I'm like, girl, bye. Ain't got time. Ain't got time or the day. Okay. First of all, y'all, I need y'all to do me a favor, like the video. I need some water. Okay. Next up, Jackie and Shawnee meet up. And I feel like the way she was speaking about the pastor, this must have been one before they got engaged. And when they were still like just talking or whatever. Because she sings different. She speaks about them different. What I did like about Shawnee singing was how now she realized what she liked. She realized what makes her happy, and she's at a different place in dating because before, she was dating it, but it never got really, really serious. So I liked her speaking about how she was now dating with intent, basically whatever. And again, that pastor man who she with, she being real, she been real smitten. K-Real was smitten. But whatever. So Jackie tells her about the whole issue with Malaysia and Brandy and how they both were so close, and now it's weird shit going on or whatever, and they're not talking to each other. But I feel like people knew they weren't talking, and because that was a chatter when they were casting this season, that oh shit, Malaysia and Brandy don't talk no more. Like it's gonna be weird if they're both on the show. So I'm like, yeah, I kind of knew this, but whatever. I think they're trying to get the reason to come out, and no one will say what happened. Okay, I could very well believe Malaysia has had no real friends in her life. These heifers' problem is they will rather beat around the bush, make personal attacks instead of addressing the issue. They might not know how to become both. Might not know how because both Malaysia and Brandy are petty. They are. That's why they were such good friends. Truthfully, but I'm gonna leave that be. So Shani said, "I'm gonna go meet up with Brandy, whatever, and see what's going on." I'm looking like, really, you and Brandy? Honey, I guess so, but I'm like, I'm leave that be. But I didn't mind seeing Shawnee today. Okay, now, what's that girl name? What's her name, y'all? Angel Brinks. Okay, they show us Angel Brinks and Rockstar. Y'all know Rockstar was on the season of Love and Hip Hop. He was the producer dude who said that he had banged Lyrica. He's messy. He's completely messy, and I'm like, girl, bye. She's pregnant now. Well, in real life now, she's had a baby already. Angel Brinks. That's not grab my mind. It's boss. So we know in real life she already had a baby. However, when she brought out, me and him kind of run in the same circles. I would, bump into him or whatever. And then during the pandemic, we were very close. People who started dating in the pandemic, some of the people did not last. Because once the world opened up, they liked each other. So, I mean, to get pregnant during the pandemic in a new relationship may not be the smartest thing, but she grown. Okay, this will be her third baby or whatever. And it's weird because she's like, she hasn't told people, but she's like, she looks to be 5 or 6 months pregnant, and I'm like, why has no one seen you? No one's must have seen you, because I'm like, she don't look not pregnant. Because if you know Angel Brinks, she's a very petite little girl, not little girl, a very petite woman, and she's usually real in shape. So, and she don't look out of shape. She just has a belly. So I'm like, anyone who sees her, common sense, oh, you're pregnant. That's a pregnant belly. Are you sick with an alien? Oh, you're pregnant. Okay, fine. But I was like, girl, bye. I cannot believe she changed this dude. She must be desperate. Aside from being messy, she is messy, but she's not a messy bottom. Not a messy bottom. Now this right here. It seems like she's embarrassed to have gotten pregnant by this dude, which is why she isn't really announcing it. Like she hasn't even told her mom. That probably I'm like, your mama don't know? Your mama don't know? Now she brought up how that she had some tests done to be sure that she would not lose the baby. I forgot what she said it was, but they're good now. But I'm like, but your mama don't know? Not your mama? Right. This is them, because we have heard rumors. Not we have seen women who are usually thin, who have a bit of a belly. Oh, she pregnant? That's bloated. Okay, that's bloated. That's a pregnant belly. Okay, that's a pregnant belly. I'm like, she looks pregnant. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have a baby with Jackie Long, but having one with Rockstar. Look. Jackie Long is attractive. He seems nice, but we don't know. But I'm like, to pick between these two men, you got pregnant by him? I was also aggravated because I'm like, why are we having a scene in his studio? Fuck him. We don't care about that man. What is right? No. And I'm like, see, already, in my opinion, putting himself too out there. Okay? Right, her face looks pregnant. I was like, no one, when she walked in Jackie's wedding, I'm like, you see a belly. And now I ate a burger. Not I'm bloated, okay? A clear baby. I was like, oh, not a joke. Not a joke. Um, there's a well, I will say, I believe her first child was with her husband. Wasn't I think it was a husband in there somewhere. I think I don't know. Only that be. Um, is that a real pregnancy? I'm the girl. No, it's real. It's real because her face. You would have to have seen her before she got pregnant to see how she usually looks. She looks pregnant here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nah, she's is a whole pregnant person this day. Okay. Night. I'm not dealing with y'all. Anyway, she got to tell folks she's pregnant, but I'm like, you would not have to tell me at all. Okay. Now, we do see Malaysia talking to Jackie. But before talking to Jackie, she had a conversation with her kids on FaceTime. So her kids is back in Atlanta with their daddy, for the summer. She's in Italy work. I gotta make money. Okay, I gotta work. I'm like, so the show. The show is work, okay? But her thing is I hate being away from my kids when their dad has them during the summer. It's hard, blah, 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 blah. So she also brings up how co-parenting has just not been that good or whatever because it's all on her. Okay. It's all on her. And I'm like, are we sure? Are we sure? Okay. It doesn't seem like that to me. And when she went to talk to Jackie, she was like, okay, hey, Jackie, blah, blah. So Jackie then asked Malaysia about how is it, being with somebody when they are a coach. Because Doug is a coach now for a team, and Malaysia's baby daddy, ex-husband, is a coach as well. And I was like, Jackie, why are you asking Malaysia how is life dealing with someone who's a coach? Malaysia and that man been divorced since Malaysia's first season. Okay, well, her second season, but we've never seen that man on the screen. Okay, we've never seen them together as a couple. I believe her first season they were separated or going through things, and this is why we never seen him at all. I'm like, she's never had to be with him as a coach because, as she said, he is never around. I do it all on my own. He's not really in, our life like that. So it makes no sense to ask Malaysia how was her life as someone who's with a coach. She ain't with a coach. You with a coach, okay? Now Malaysia said, "Oh, it's it's difficult, it's hard because they're always gone. If it's not games, if it's not practice, and they scouting or whatever, it's very, very hard." And she then said, "I'm so tired of protecting him. He be on bullshit or whatever. He don't pay child support. It's all on me, 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 me." And I'm like, "That he'll pay child support?" And their kids are like 10. It's like 10-year-old twins, and then like a 14-year-old son. So the kids aren't even like older or whatever. I'm like, how long has he not been paying child support? And she also brought up how it's not like he doesn't have no money. He just does not pay. But when she then said that she don't want to take him to court, I'm like, so you not getting child support, you having to work more to care for the kids. Why would you not take him to court? I'm confused. I feel like I'm like, does he care for them in his care? And when you have them, you feel like you don't have to, which is so crazy. But I wonder how is it that she never put on child support. I'm so confused. And for her to always make it seem as if like, oh, we're fine, things are great, the family's great. I'm like, they not, honey. Are you struggling for the bills? I want to know. Are you struggling? Because what I'm saying, I don't know. It's just weird. Malaysia got a nice settlement. But did she spend it? It's frustrating watching people complain about things that are easily fixable. If you don't want to pay child support, take it at the court. Simple. It's supposed to you have right. So I was like, for her to say, I don't want to. Why not? Why? If it's all woman teacher, then she's not co-parenting because she's her own words was co-parenting is is horrible. It's not going good. And I'm like, right. I was about to do the same thing. How does he get the kids for summer and not pay child? I was like, I don't get it. I thought Malaysia got a big bag from the divorce. Sound like custody was shared. That's why I'm like, are you now upset that he don't pay because you spent the money? Was he ever paying before he stopped paying? That's what does not make sense to me. Okay. But I'm gonna let that be because it can be on some bullshit. But Shaggy said, you know what I'm saying, take him to court or to say fuck you. Okay. I was like, either way, it's gonna be messy. Jackie and Doug talk. Doug is now a coach for the Sacramento Kings. I think it's Sacramento Kings. Yeah. So he's living in Sacramento and she's in LA. They have a new whole little condo house or whatever. It's their third for her home. I'm like, why y'all keep moving? Y'all getting evicted? Y'all need money? Leave alone? I don't know. Anyway, Doug is happy to be selling baseball. No, not baseball. He's happy to be selling basketball. Okay, because he just wants to be a part of the game. And Jackie like, well, I'm gonna have to deal with you not being here and you being in San Fran because no, Sacramento. Um, and I'm like, you'll be okay. And he said, no, if you come see me, I can come see you. And I feel like Doug has always been on the move. Is he avoiding Jackie? The way things might work is they both stay busy enough to be busy, but still love each other. Okay, but I don't know. Does Malaysia work out the show, honey? I really don't know. What I know is I never see her out and about doing shit. Usually the blog will show the random people from shows doing things. I never ever hear about anything she got going on. Never. Not ever. Okay. I believe the season before last, she had partnered with somebody to do something, but I ain't seen whatever it was. It ain't been done in my eyesight, okay? Now Shawnee meets up with Brandy because they want to figure out what's going on with her and girl, okay, her in Malaysia. And for Brandy, she brings up how she brought up how people think they hate each other and they don't. They move past those things. The services are no longer needed. So her thing was me and Shawnee do not have this hatred for each other. Like we squash that, whatever we move past that, and that's what it is, okay? But when she asked her about her in Malaysia, Brandy said, like, for me, that whole thing has been dissolved. I'm like, not dissolved. It's gone away. Okay. And Brandy said, like, you know what I'm saying, because it dissolved or whatever, Malaysia's not been there for me. Even after a 15-year friendship, when my dad died, she got to reach out, you know what I'm saying, and she knew how close I was to him. If I'm at odds with somebody and a family member died, do I contact them? I do try to, if I know, I will try to send something like some flowers, a card. I don't. I'll send something to show my respect for it. So I get her saying Malaysia didn't do nothing. Okay. But it's still weird that she feels some kind of way. Okay. But I like her saying that she only wants people around her who really love and care for her. And if someone doesn't care, when she loses a parent, like, I can't fuck with you. And I'm like, well, that's your prerogative. It's my prerogative. Okay. And because that's what it's going to be. Jackie has all the women over for a little girls' day. It's a little girls' day outside in the fun and sun of things. Okay. Now, one, they keep asking Angel to drink. I'm like, look at her belly. No one can tell me, look at how small her arms are. Look at how small her legs are. She hasn't gained weight. That's a pregnant belly. I was like, why are y'all asking the big belly bitch in the corner if she wants to drink when you can tell she's pregnant? What is wrong with you? Okay? Doesn't make any sense. She's knocked up. Okay? And she then tells them, I can't drink because I'm pregnant. You look about 5-6 months. Ain't that without worst kept secrets. Okay. Anyway, so all the ladies together, and when Malaysia got there last, and Malaysia walked in with the worst attitude, in my opinion. This is my thing. She walked in and ruined the mood, in my opinion. She walked in, and I don't know if she really was having a bad day and came anyway, or if she just does not like being around Brandy. I'm not sure. What I know is when she told them I have the family issues or whatever, so I'm in the mood, bitch, go home. Go home. And when Brandy said, what's this energy? You know what I'm saying? It's about me. It's about me. It's about me. It ain't got nothing with anybody else. It's how I feel, what I'm going through. You know, it's just me, 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 me. And I feel like if you feel that way, if you feel like when you walk into a space with other folk, your energy is off, you need to leave. Typically, if my if my if my when my energy is off, I will cancel whatever I have. I'll cancel that because I'm like, I have to be in the right mood. And if you know you feel fucked up, keep that energy at home with your whoever's causing it. Don't bring that here. And while I felt like Brandy pressing the issue did not really need to happen, okay, I wasn't mad at it. I wasn't mad at it. I felt like you can't come in here with all of us and then you be the eyeball out on bullshit. And if no one else will say it, I will. Okay. And when Malaysia said, you don't know me anymore, because she know you. She know you, whatever. And even though Malaysia kept on saying it's about how I feel, yes, but you were spreading that shit around. And some bullshit. And when Brandy said that's the crack of bullshit. I'm saying I know you. You know you come around with a fucking attitude. But the fact of the matter is, you really have a character flaw. It's not a character flaw. Malaysia does have a character flaw in where she comes off oblivious to how much of a bitch she is. That's her flaw to me. Okay. And sometimes someone who knows you can call that out because they seen you to other people, but now it's being done to them. Okay. Are you attacking me? Are you attacking me about my character? You're, and more brains. Oh, you a victim now? We'll go talk. I was like, go talk for what? And at this point in time, they fussing, and they fuss from sun up to sun down. Y'all sat there the whole damn time and fussed until Brandy and Malaysia were on the side some damn where to go talk. I'm like, it is dark now. I could not imagine fussing for that long to then go have a conversation with somebody I ain't even cool with. And for Malaysia to say, well, you're the one with all the aggression, so what's the problem? And I'm like, it's both of y'all. It ain't just Malaysia, it ain't just Brandy, it's both of y'all. And it's the weird thing. Brandy's extra energy is going into checking Malaysia over the bullshit. Malaysia's extra energy is going to acting as if it doesn't exist. They both on bullshit. Completely. And for Brandy, I'm like, well, I'm just upset or whatever. I don't have any aggression, but my issue is when I walked into Jackie's wedding, like your aura, your vibe, your demeanor was like, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Don't talk. So I didn't talk to you or whatever. And I don't get that. Like we've known each other for years. So for us to be in the same room and not speak, it's rude, and it means it's issues that have to be addressed. Yeah, I don't like her shoulder pad t-shirt. I don't. I think it looks stupid. I think it's like you're not a football player. You know what I'm saying? It's like it on my face. I like Malaysia in the first few seasons, but especially compared, yeah, it's like Malaysia isn't a horrible person. She's just boring, and she's very unaware. She's very unaware of just how she comes off to people. Like for me, I know sometimes I can be very, very direct. Okay, that can come off real strong. You know what I'm saying? I know that, so I would tell folks, I'm like, look, sometimes like I'm gonna say, I said what I said. You know what I'm saying? I said what I said. But I am aware that sometimes that happens, but I have to remind folks, I don't have any ill intent behind it. I'm just very direct when I say shit. Okay. Anyway, Brandy had cancer, which could possibly come back. Malaysia, I'm sorry, but don't nobody care that much about you and your ex. No one cares about you and your ex beefing. And the thing about it is, she will say to folk they good. Because when Doug and Jackie asked her how the family, oh, we're great, we're amazing. But you fussed to Jackie later on about how he ain't paying child support, how things so hard. So again, stop lying. Okay, stop lying. That's what she do sometimes. Okay, and Malaysia agreed that it is weird between us. It's very very weird. But I did not like how you said that I knew about your dad dying, and I ignored it because I did not. Um, when Malaysia then said you were sick with COVID, and I found out on social media, and when that happened, we weren't talking, and I was sick about it. Okay, but we didn't talk even then. So why would your dad die and be any different? Which to me means she heard about the dad passing away, probably on social media, and just did not talk to her, reach out the same way she did when Brandy was sick. So I do feel like Malaysia knew about it and felt like we ain't been talking. So why would I reach out? So I'm like, that's what it means to me, but I don't know. I'm going to leave that be. Um, Brandy didn't whatever. I felt that you knew and was being petty, okay? Because you told Jackie it was cool or it was good or whatever. So if we good, how did you not reach out? And when Brandy said like, don't let your ego win, like you be rude or whatever, and you have a character flaw. Malaysia does have a character. We all have flaws. We all have flaws, one way or the other. Um, but Malaysia has always came off as someone who did not care how anyone else felt about her energy around them. Which is, yeah, boom. She lacks substance, which is Shawnee said that years ago. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. I will not be doing Love Match at all. I tried to watch the first episode, could not get into it. Plus, I also know that P Valley come back on June 1st, and I do not want to take on new shows when I know for a fact there are old shows coming back that I want to cover. So because it's on Sunday, P Valley's on Sunday. I think P Valley's on Sundays. I'm not trying to add too much. I'm already doing. I would have been doing 9 shows before P Valley. So I'm not doing Love Match Atlanta, and I'm not doing Commit or Quit by Justin Toller. Um, so yeah, I'm not doing a Love Match. I can't. I just can't get into it. I can't do it. I can't. I can't. And I just want to also at times just watch shows that I like and not be reviewing everything. Okay. So it's like no ma'am, no ma'am. Not Blake just bougie and broke. Bougie and broke. She's always been bougie. She has. I think this may be the first time where Malaysia did not have someone like a bosom buddy on her side, like she used to have with Brandy. And it's weird that, again, neither of them have spoke about what started the rift. So I don't know. I couldn't just look. Yeah, I'm like it's you know I can't. You know what I'm saying? I want to look. What's today? Today's Tuesday. I have to go. I have to still watch All American shows today. Tomorrow I have to watch. I forgot. I don't know. It's on my DVR. But let's see. P Valley better be good, or I'm gonna be pissed. Look, I think P Valley gonna be amazing. Okay. Malaysia could have reached out when she had COVID. I mean, if she didn't want to speak to her, she could have at least sent her a get well card. Malaysia don't have to use that to justify her behavior. This is the weird thing. Brandy being a cancer survivor and her catching COVID, she could have died. She could have died because her immune system is just different. So to say I found out you had COVID and I still didn't reach out to you, we still weren't talking then. So what will make your dad's death different? Made me feel like you knew or heard something and just kept doing what you've been doing, which was not talk to her. hmm I got the feeling that Malaysia didn't know Brandy needed to check her. Didn't know. Oh, I got the feeling that Malaysia didn't know Brandy check her cheating, not her cheating ass husband. What are you doing? How you getting? How you getting to this? What do you do today? But we shall see. Does anyone know the name of the basketball wife who did not take no mess started around season 1? I don't know. Could not remember. Malaysia and Brandy can work out their issues if they put in the work. I think, but this is a good. For me, they at least have a good storyline this season. Because this is my thing. Malaysia has been on the show all these years. If we stop and think about it, when has Malaysia had her own actual storyline? She never really have. She hasn't really given us much. Not saying she has not had entertaining moments here and there, but if you think about Basketball Wives, you think about Tammy, you think about Evelyn, Shawnee, Jackie, Royce Reed. You know what I'm saying? If there are certain folks, while I feel like we still think about Malaysia around here, whatever, I can't think of any moment that she did that was memorable besides her attempting to throw a table at Jen. So seeing her and Jen sit together at Jackie's wedding was funny to me. Okay. But for me, I feel like she's never really had a storyline. Even her first season or two, her and her ex-husband weren't even like a thing. You know what I'm saying? And she hasn't really given anything. Even Brandy on her seasons on here, it was the issue between her and her husband, her and the cancer, even her and the other women. Malaysia's never really had her own standalone storyline, not man season. She's been around here, you know what I'm saying, doing not much of nothing. You know, we got Wacky Jackie, who gives great TV, has had different storylines, whatever. We've had Jackie, Jen had like there have been issues. Okay, even season one, her fighting Laura wasn't a storyline. It really wasn't. That wasn't like that wasn't the. I feel like a storyline means the point of you being on the show. You know, you come onto the show with something to talk about. Fighting someone on the show to me wasn't oh, that's amazing. That's it, because they fight all the time. And truth be told, out of all the fights, that wasn't even that much of a one. Okay. She called her Brandy her friend of 15 years. She said nothing happened. They don't talk. Had COVID. You know, reach out knowing she could have died at like her. Yeah, it's like Malaysia. She lacks substance. She needs Jesus. Okay. But I'm like, Laura had just had a baby. I think she was like maybe a couple weeks postpartum when that fight happened. But I mean, that's what it is. But Malaysia, this could be her first time, having a point to be made, on the show or whatever. But y'all know that was the end of the episode, okay? I don't mind this season. It doesn't seem as messy. There are more women, so hopefully the storylines are better. And hopefully we don't cuss nobody out, come episode 3. Okay, hopefully no one's out here being, racial or biased or, on some BS that we had to cuss their ass out. I don't know. But I will see y'all next week. Okay, the panel this Thursday is on my channel. Okay, it's on my channel. Do not forget to come on through this Thursday at 9:30 p.m. on JayLee's Corner. We will be discussing the Billboard Awards. I'm going to save my review of that for that. So the Billboard Award will be discussed on the panel and stuff, okay? And TV shows and some gossip or whatever. So come have a good time with me and Jamie, NDC, and Bondi this Friday. This Thursday on my channel. Okay, do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like the video, follow me on social media at JayLeesCorner because that's what it is. Okay, it's always on JayLeesCorner. I'm going to try to come live tomorrow for some kind of gossip chat. It'll be tomorrow around 9 p.m. So come on through at that point in time. Okay. Other than that, I will see y'all later for this, that, or the other. Okay. Have a good day. Have a good night. Love you all. Gotta go. Bye.